Trudeau went to Vancouver to talk about a new housing project, which is insane. Justin Trudeau proposed a new federal housing project in Vancouver to build rental units. Yes, I said that, rental units for middle-class families. How can this be the goal? How can the goal be to help middle-class families rent property for life? That's saying that, okay, the middle class has now become project classes. To think that the middle class can no longer afford to purchase and buy a home, so the Liberal government is now creating housing projects for the middle class. That's what you voted for. That's what the Liberals are going to continue to push for. Would it be so impossible to create these homes so that potentially they could be rent-to-own units? Wouldn't that help our troubled citizens a lot better if perhaps they could invest into their future, invest into something that would allow them to build generational wealth that they could pass down to ensure that they become successful Canadians? But no, I don't think that's what they want. The Liberal government does not want you to own property. They want you to own nothing and be happy. Don't forget that. And don't forget that the World Economic Forum just had a meeting talking about rebuilding trust. You cannot trust anything right now. The World Economic Forum is working towards rebuilding trust. So you have to start looking at these typically liberal organizations and start asking questions as to why are they trying to bridge the gap now? Because a lot of these networks are starting to bridge the gap. They're starting to lull you into a sense of relaxation so that they can surprise you with something else. I can promise you that. If we take our guard down for a moment, you're going to be surprised by something even worse. And that could be the cyber pandemic. It could be a civil war breakout. Who the hell knows? But this control and this overreach for power by the Liberal government has to stop. I don't know if Pierre Poilievre, whatever his fucking name is the answer. I like the guy so far, but, you know, the fact that he took so long to denounce the World Economic Forum. You know, I remember back during 2020 or 2021, I was profusely asking him questions about the WEF in his comments before he had tons of comments. And he would never address them. You know, I'd be one of maybe 50, 60 comments, and they would never address them. And I thought, that's not a good sign. That's not a good sign. And then to find out, you know, when you do your homework, that even Pierre is apparently linked to the World Economic Forum in his own way. And he's only denouncing it now. It sounds like he's denouncing it because he has to. And I'm just hoping that that's absolutely wrong. Doesn't matter if it is, because realistically, we have to vote for Pierre anyway, because even if he is working for the World Economic Forum, he has to pump the brakes on the damage that's been done by the Liberals. And it'll buy us some time to potentially find somebody that's actually going to make a difference. Because right now, the country is bleeding, and it is bleeding bad, and we need to stop the bleeding. And the only person that seems to be in line to do that is Pierre Poilievre. I hope that we can have an election soon. I hope that that weasel, Justin Trudeau, is no longer a face we have to see. Very sad to think that the Liberals are going to start pushing for projects for the middle class. Like, what the fuck is that? The middle class is now never going to own property. That's just wonderful. Let's keep the Liberals in power. Fucking hurrah.